I used to be somebody before that freak Ayuz sent his army south and ruined everything. We had a nice racket going on in the land of the Freelords, or what the rest of the Flanes calls the Bandit Kingdoms. We had a territory we ran, and we hustled and stole what we could from who we could. Sure, we fought amongst ourselves, and I'd just as soon stick my dagger into someone from the Freelords as anywhere else. But we always banded together when an outside force threatened all of our businesses. But all that changed when Ayuz came a-calling. Half of the Freelords joined forces with Ayuz to save their skins, and the other half got wiped out or sent packing to the other lands, or down into the rift. I was no hero, and neither were any of my mates. So after the massacre of Steelbone Meadows, we did what any guys in our situation would have done. We hightailed it out of there. The only problem is that everywhere we went, there were old enemies waiting. After finally getting corralled by the Ernst soldiers, I was left to rot in a dungeon, waiting for them to decide what to do with me. The way the gods look at us, I don't think we're gonna like what it is they have in store.
All right, and with that, we are live. I think it's 0.2. Hold on, I think we're having sound issues here. Hey everybody, it's Adam. We're actually having some sound issues. Bear with me a second here. Yeah, last time all we could hear was everybody else. Now all we can hear is me. All right, yeah, Michael is gonna just show off his profile. So anyway, as you didn't hear Will say, we're trying to get everything down when it comes to the technology. So bear with us a moment, but welcome to the Bandit Kingdoms. I'm gonna put you back on the main screen there for a second so you can listen to some lovely music courtesy of yours truly, and we'll be right back. All right, somebody talk. Oh yeah, the character sheets, they look pretty good, right? Yeah, that one that one is great. They're all good, but that one is great. don't understand. Why? Although now I know where to look, so I could see that nothing was working.
Right.
Mic audio.
Now I still show us on the Twitch
Yeah,
channel.
it's oh yeah, that's because I didn't actually transition it over. There we go.
And you know what? I was hearing us though.
You were hearing you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on one sec. Let's see.
That commercial is so damn loud. Oh man. Okay, here you go, Michael. I'm gonna put it in there. Yeah, right before you left and switched it over, I could hear us talking.
All right. Well, let's assume we're back. I'm going to try to listen to myself as we talk. Will, why don't you just give us a little opening again here?
Okay. Well, hello and welcome to Return to the Bandit Kingdoms. This is a getting the characters and players introduced and set up before we start the campaign. The actual campaign will be starting on May 22nd, and that's when we'll be up and running and ready to go. So what we're first off is we're going to go around the table and introduce. We are down. I'll say this much before we get started. We are down. Jarius, who plays Raleigh, which you'll often hear me call Caliber because that's how I originally met him, and then Phil, who plays Norjor, the Furbog druid. Both of those gentlemen are not going to be with us tonight, and I will let you meet the others as they introduce themselves. So we're going to start off in the top right corner with Adam, and it looks like our videos kind of got slipped around a little bit there, but
Hey, sorry, are we up to me?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks.
On you, man.
I'm trying to produce this shindig as we go here on the fly. Anyway, hey everybody, I'm Adam. I'm playing Silver Wolf the Ranger. I don't know how much we want to talk about characters now. I guess we'll learn a little bit about them
Yeah,
as we play.
just say what you're playing. Yeah, just what you're playing is all. We don't need to go into any depths right now.
All right. I mean, I could give you a lot of backstory.
Yeah, I'm sure you could. That's the whole reason I said we won't do that right now.
Silver Wolf was born on a stormy night.
I still prefer that he's going to eventually change his name to Silver Fox. Okay, so that is Adam. So now we'll go to right below him. We have Michael, who's playing Three Toes. Michael.
Hello, I'm Michael, and I am playing Three Toes. Just a quiet little gentleman from out of the Bandit Kingdoms. There's nothing really too remarkable or striking to say about me. Really, you can move along now.
All right. And
I'm sold.
Last but not least is Steve, who's playing Wyndon.
Yep, playing Wyndon. He's a fighter in Eldritch Knight. He is pretty much taxes turn, stern, and motivated by coin.
So you fit right into the Bandit Kingdom. Everybody aspires to be just like you. Okay, cool.
I have one question. Are you sure we're broadcasting audio?
I think we are.
I'm not hearing it on my phone, I guess.
Well, let's see. I'm going to do a quick test here. I don't know what that's doing. Okay, that won't do it. I know when I, there we go.
Yeah, I can hear you say I'm not hearing it on my phone, I guess.
Oh,
No?
I know. Part of mine is. Hold on.
All right, that works.
Yeah, I can hear it.
No, I can hear it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Must
I
be
got
something with my phone.
Or you've suddenly been struck deaf.
Yeah, could be.
All right, cool.
All right, sorry for the...
That's all right. That's what this is for.
if there were anyone watching live, please feel free to put in the chat if you can hear us or not.
That's the thing. It's like I don't know if we've even got the chat really set up right yet.
Fair enough.
Because
Well,
I think the chat has to be put into the overlay. I don't think it automatically pops up on the Twitch stream. But I could be completely
send
wrong
us a
on that.
message on Facebook/Return to the Bandit Kingdoms.
There you go. We do have the Facebook page set up right now, so if you want to get on there and tell us about how bad we suck, I'm cool with that. So, all right. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and start off, do a little bit of a game tonight, play through, let Adam do his thing, and see how everything is working, not working, that sort of thing. This is really more of an introduction for Steve to get involved with different things, build a little bit of background history with everybody else. So, yeah, I think what it does is when it refreshes, it changes out the look, because like now on Twitch I just see a really big me and a really big Steve.
Yeah, that's because I lost the video of Michael.
Nice.
And otherwise it messes up the overlays that I put together.
Wave, Steve. Say, hey, how's it going? All right, cool.
Call that a 2-shot in the biz.
There you go. There we go.
When Michael returns, we'll put something else up.
All right. That sounds fabulous. Okay, so
I should be just
there you are.
There you go.
There he is. It's just the audio. Hey, and if anybody out there does know anything better than Skype for image capture and whatnot, feel free to let us know. We're all about taking some of that information in.
Yeah, we accept tips, both in monetary form as well as in technology advice.
And right now, technology would be worth monetary.
Yeah.
So it's all complicated. That up.
All right.
Basically, we're going to just kick off here. So what's happening here is you guys are in the Tangles. This is before the trek where all the different refugees that had been consolidated within the Tangles decided that they were going to make that to get out of just out of the Bandit Kingdoms in general. So this is before that happens. It's before the train to Ernst, as it was known. So currently, right now, what's happening is there's a lot of people that from not just your location in the earldom of the Tangles or Hollorn where you lived. Here, there's lots of people from different places around the Rift area. There's even some folk from Red Hand and different territories. And the Iusian troops that are now based out of Hollorn have been sending in and just basically beating the hell out of the bushes, trying to get you guys out of this forest, trying to kill all the resistance that is here. But they've been having a really hard time in the fact that they'll send in troops and burn up the place at night. They'll try to burn the forest down and bring in barrels of oil and all what have you. And maybe getting some skirmishes with some of the guys that are still in the forest. Then when they pull back to reorganize and regroup, seems that mysteriously the forest is regrown overnight, magically. And so basically this has been going on for a while. It's been a back and forth tug of war that's going on. So you gentlemen are all part of this loosely organized group. There's several groups that have manifested themselves within the Tangles, and one of the groups is there's some priests of Theriornin. Let me think. Hold on a second. I want to get the name right. And I got to put, of course, the reading glasses on so I can see it. Tritherion. There was a some priests of Tritherion that came out of Hurondi and set up shop here. And basically, they started organizing, getting people together to combat against the Iusians in a more organized fashion. And unfortunately, not everybody in the Tangles was really down with that, because these Tritherian priests are like really hell-bent on just taking it to the Iusians. They're like all against, the Tritherians are all against oppression and being, people getting their boots put to their neck. So they're all about just the fight. That's the reason we're here, and they're all about that. You guys are part of a group that really isn't buying into that so much, so you've kind of like kept to yourselves in a different part of the forest. And more or less, you're all about just trying to make it by, trying to keep away from the Iusian patrols that they send out into the forests and things along these lines. I'm sorry, my cat's trying to come in. I'm going to get that guy out there.
We could use a fourth. So
You could. Well, if she comes back around, I'll pull her off. So that's basically what's happening. And recently, they've been getting patrols full of wargs. Sightings of some like demonic wolves. Nobody knows exactly what they are, but they're starting to come in greater numbers. And basically what's the group that you guys are with has decided that you're going to start sending out like skirmish patrols to patrol around where your camp is at, and to basically be an early warning for anything coming in. So this is where we're going to start off with. You guys are amongst a I don't know, say about a group of maybe about a good 25 folk. And you're there with a ranger who's kind of stepped into the, not really the leadership role, because you guys don't really have a leader, but he's kind of been organizing things. He's political enough that he's not bossing people around, but at the same time, he's organizing things. So right now, you guys are around a campfire. This guy's name is Orthalos, and you guys are getting ready to go off into the woods to spend a night on patrol, just to do a skirmish patrol, make sure none of these hobgoblins, which is the bands of hobgoblins with these wargs and maybe some goblins that are working for them, whatnot. So
it's just the three of us going on this patrol?
Essentially, yeah.
Okay, so
because there's not a lot. Yeah, there's not a lot of you, but out of the 25 people that are here, I would say 15 of them are really of any use. The others were like women that are not skilled in weapon use or anything. They were homemakers before, and then like children and some elderly. And most of these people here came out of Halorn when Halorn was sacked by the Iusians. So, and I got it on the map right now. I don't really have any kind of like specifics. You guys can see like there's kind of like a path and trees, and you see like the campfire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so around the campfire and whatnot, just use your theater of the mind's eye. There's going to be a bunch of hovels, tents and shacks and different things that have been set up and put here. So if you guys want to go ahead and just, you can go ahead and pull your tokens to drop them out there.
Oh, I'm really big.
You are. And then there's going to be, oh, look, see, that's about the right size.
You're really small. Yeah, I'm a giant, didn't I tell you?
Look at you guys.
I don't know if I have a token, actually.
You might not. Let's give you one.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
I'll
not
take
able
whatever
to
you want.
resize this one, so.
Yeah, neither can I.
You know what? I think I can, though. Yep. You're going to be really small. I'm going to make it like that. Okay. Let me get this guy. Okay, and let me see here. Let me get the tokens set up for. Okay.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to assume that the very quiet Raleigh and very quiet Norjor are here with the group and staying back with the group?
Actually, no. Raleigh is there.
Okay.
Norjor is not. So this actually takes place before Norjor comes in out of the forest and actually meets you guys.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna trust Raleigh to watch the kids that are in my charge. I've named them Caleb and Rose. Um,
At that time.
yeah, I wrote it down too, so I don't forget.
Right?
I just thought of it a moment ago. Um, so maybe I probably didn't take too much. It didn't take too much convincing, but I probably convinced Raleigh to stick behind with the camp to just keep an eye on them and keep them safe, because I don't necessarily trust too many of the other people here. Not that I trust Raleigh a whole lot, but
Well, you know Raleigh.
but I know him well enough. Yeah.
Yeah, Raleigh's a he's a con man, and he's
That's
he's
why
no
I don't
different
trust him
than-
that much. But
yeah, he's not an awful lot different than a lot of the other people that you've met, but he's a pretty solid guy. More solid than some of the others that are here. Orthalis is a solid guy too. You know him too because you guys both were all working for Baron Reynard.
right.
So yeah. All right, I'm going to delete this one, and now you should be able to go ahead, drag and drop your token, Steve.
Oh,
There it
cool.
is. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks.
Now, you're welcome. That guy right there, that is Orthalis. Okay. And, all right. And then, what was it? Yeah. Okay. So Norjor hasn't met up with you guys yet. All right. So, Orthalis comes over to you, Anderson. Now, do most people just call you Silver Wolf?
Yeah.
Or,
Nobody here would even know what my real name is.
Okay. All right.
Care, most likely.
So, Orthalis comes over to you and he goes, "Are you guys about ready to get out there and hit the trail? I'm really anxious. Rise out into the woods with these hobgoblins coming in with all these damn wargs and wolves, and I don't want to even hear or see any of these demon wolves that I've heard about from the others here in the Tangles. But hopefully that's just a rumor. But if you guys are ready to go."
Well, I'm as ready as I'll ever be, I suppose.
All right. Hey, Lyndon.
Mm.
You're ready? You're going out here with Silver.
Great.
Yeah. Hey,
Are
Toes.
we getting paid for this at some point?
Yeah, you're getting paid with your life. I mean, the Iusians are camped all around here, you know?
All right. I'll keep an eye out.
That's my man.
I suppose I'm bored. I can go for a walk.
Excellent. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. All right. Well, I'm going to try and keep the campfires here burning and make sure that they have something hot for you when you get back. All right? All right. Have a good one. And then he just goes back over and he sits in front of the tent that is his tent here amongst all the other people. This area right here is full of a bunch of, I mean, that's like a communal campfire. There's a bunch of people sitting around talking and whatnot, you know, hanging out with their kids. A lot of these kids actually are just like Caleb and Rose, and they're orphans. So I have no idea how Raleigh's going to sound or talk. So for right now, he's gonna be like the hippy dippy mailman. So it's like, hey, all right, guys, you know, you do good out there, and you know, these guys here, don't worry about it, Silver Fox. I'm gonna make sure that I keep them watched for you.
Keep them.
And Caleb and Rose come up to you, and they like, because how? Okay, tell me, how old is Caleb and Rose, man?
Caleb's older, but they're still little. He's probably 9 or 10, and she's probably 6 or 7.
All right, so we're gonna go 9 and 6.
Okay.
So Caleb comes up, and you know he's trying to act tough. You know, he's like, You know I can go with you. And he pulls out the dagger he's got on his belt.
Yeah, I just.
Like,
I'll-
I'll stab a fucking hobgoblin. I don't care.
I know you will. That's why I need you to stay here and protect your sister.
And you don't have to go, do you?
So
Rose is like grabbing your leg.
I'll kneel down so I'm closer to their size and said, look, I promised your mother that I would protect you, and I will. Stay here. Stay by Raleigh. Keep that dagger handy, Caleb. You're going to need it.
Rose like leans in real close and whispers in your ear and is like, Raleigh stinks. He's weird.
I say, yeah, don't get too close then. Hold your scarf over your face. It helps.
Okay. I'll do that.
I'll be back. I promise.
Okay. And she like snuffs up her tears when not. She doesn't really actually start crying. She just got on the brim of it and just wouldn't let it happen. You know, she, okay. You know, and then she goes over and she immediately starts hugging on Caleb and like puts her arms around his waist and whatnot. So, and he's just all still chest out, you know, like he's got eggs under his armpits sort of jazz. And then again, and I'll apologize to Jarrus already because Rod's yeah, you guys, yeah, don't worry about it, man.
And I just turn to Raleigh and I just look at him. I say, I am going to hold you personally responsible if anything happens to them. Not a scratch.
Whoa.
Do you understand?
Yeah, easy, man, easy. The only way there's gonna be like a scratch on these kids is like if the hobgoblins get here and kill everybody. And
I shake my head and wander up.
and at that, Rose starts crying a little bit.
I just turn to him. I said, "Stay near him. Just don't listen to him. He's full of bullshit."
Don't worry, little wee one. If you have to go meet the master will accept you with open arms.
And definitely don't listen to this guy.
You guys aren't very good
And
with children, are you?
Yeah. Well, at that point, because Three Toes pretty much creeps out everybody. So like the kids, they like when they hear Three Toes, they like kind of like jump for a little bit, and they like look over and they see him. And they just kind of like move over a couple of inches, you know, a couple of feet, you know, to get a little bit further away from him. Okay, so basically, I'm just going to say for sake of arguments, because one of the reasons you're selected on this Silver Fox is, see, I'm going to do this all the damn time.
The funny thing is, I didn't even notice that you called me by the wrong name.
Yeah, well, Raleigh already did.
Yeah.
So basically, you've been elected de facto as far as to lead it because of your skills.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what's going on with that. So what it is you're going to do just a circle of the area. So basically you guys go out, how far? Not terribly far, but several hours. You guys then would come back to the camp just as the next group's going out.
Mhm.
So you're the guy that knows the wood. Three Toes, he knows shadows, but you know, and then you know, Wyndon knows money.
Wyndon's more of a city boy anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. So you're basically, you know, the guide. I won't say
Okay.
you're in charge, but you're more like the guide.
I don't need to be in charge. That's okay.
And I'm
What's that?
I was going to say I'm following along, but I'm not really with the group. I'm more kind of off to the side, just a little bit, just kind of keeping within eyesight, speaking distance, but not like close to the group.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much for the course for Three Toes, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So when you notice that he's lagging, that's just what he does, and so you know he does that all the time. So it's not like, you know, you think he's gonna like turn around and leave when you're not looking or anything. So.
I mean, if he did, I don't know that I'd be that concerned. I haven't really seen him in action yet, so.
No, this is relatively in the tangles now. Actually, you've been here for a while. You guys have been set up in here for a year at least. Because actually the ass whooping that was thrown down on the little Tangles army, um, that happened damn near 9 years ago.
Oh, well,
So you guys basically at this time, now that led to an occupation stuff. You guys kind of wandered around. The Bandit Kingdoms as a whole was in some severe flux. Okay, so like people going there. So like the Tangos got beat down, so you guys kind of like, stayed in Halorn for a while, and then after Halorn got occupied by some crazy Izunian priest who then let loose a bunch of demons and undead that pretty much just killed pretty much everybody who didn't run away at that point. So then people were just in flux. Some people came to the Tangles. You guys kind of wandered around a little bit. Then you came to the Tangles. So you've been basically wandering around in the Bandit Kingdoms, going from one place that's getting either taken out or the people that they invited in have been killed and then been replaced, or what have you. So you guys have now been in the Tangles, we'll say, for at least a good year, if not more. And people have come and gone. So both Wyndon and Silverwolf, you guys have been here for pretty much that whole time. Three Toes has come along a little bit later, and Raleigh has been with you guys as well the entire time. Okay.
okay.
Now this whole different burning down and different jazz, that's relatively new. They've always been like harassing you guys and really going in, but in the past 6 months, they've really been laying into it to clear it out, because those damn priests of Tritherion have really gotten the guys here organized and are really starting to put a hurting on those hobgoblins and whatnot in the area. So, yeah. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up where. So what are you doing there, Silver? What are you?
So I guess we're just sort of like circling around the camp, getting a little bit further each time, just to
Right.
to make sure that there's nobody sneaking up to us. So I tell the others to, just try to follow along what I do as best you can, and I stick to the trees. I don't want to be out in too much of an area for any long stretch of time, unless I'm going from one group of trees to the next.
Right.
I do have my bow out ready.
Okay.
Now and this is my first time playing a ranger, but I have
Excellent.
I do have my favorite enemies, which are two humanoids, which are let me see if I wrote that down here. Oh yeah, orcs and hobgoblins.
Excellent.
Since they're favored of Ayu's forces. So I have advantage on survival checks to track them, so I'm just going I guess that's really the only thing that I've got right now. Intelligence checks for information.
What's your favorite terrain? Do you have
It's
that
a
yet?
forest, yeah.
Okay, all right. So you're gonna get,
because I've lived
basically-
here, so it just made sense. So
Yeah, and you know it a lot too, because you've been in this area. You grew up.
I originally grew up here, yeah.
Yeah, so that's not as big of a deal for you. So, but you're gonna get bonuses on your skill checks and what have you.
Yeah, so I have advantage on wisdom checks, tracking my favorite enemies, as well as intelligence checks to recall information about them. But I'm just going to, as we're walking, I'm just going to do a little toggle advantage on here, just to see if there's any tracks in this area. further out that
Yes.
we go. So not exactly right in front of us, because I'm assuming we would have checked that out before we camped there. But
Right.
and I don't know what.
Okay, so
What is anything
basically what
happening? There we go.
yeah, there you go. So
Oh,
basically
20.
what's excellent. Okay, so this is what happens. You start heading out, making your way. The It's dark, it's got basically you got the sounds of the jungle and the ooh, ooh, and whatever the hell else the jungle makes as far as noise.
There's just one owl.
Yeah, one owl. No, there's three, and they take shifts. So, and there's been a particular area where some of the patrols have, because you guys are pretty deep in the forest, but there's been an area not too far away, basically about a half, where there's been quite a few as far as the spotting of some of these hobgoblins and
Okay.
these dire wolves that they've been using. So you definitely are swinging that way. It's not in the first circlet, it's not in the second circlet, but on the third circlet, you're going to come across this area. And as you start, pretty much you're on high alert
Mhm.
as you're going through. And as you start getting close on some tracks.
Okay.
And the tracks are hobgoblin, and there's but it's not like there's a whole bunch.
Hmm.
So it's kind of throwing you off, because the hobgoblins and all the humanoids are only coming into the tangles in force. Okay.
Does it seem
So
how fresh do the tracks seem? Does it seem like this has been recent, or has it been a while since they were through here?
they're really recent.
Okay. Well,
And go ahead and just give me another survival roll.
okay. Advantage still, because it's about these guys,
Yeah,
or
it's still advantage in the forest.
all right. So
That's
well, they're 15 either way.
that's enough. So basically, what it is that you've noticed in the tracks, you've got the hobgoblin tracks. You can definitely tell those, but then you also are seeing another humanoid. Could be either human or elven. And if it's a human, it's kind of a younger, but it's definitely not hobgoblin. And it's three of them walking. So basically, the way these tracks are showing to you is like you got one on one side, one hobgoblin on one side, and one on the other. And these other either elven or human tracks are in the middle, and they're leading. You come across them, and they're leading back out towards. It's like they met up. You notice the hobgoblin tracks first. You could take the path either way. You can take the path. It seems like they're going out towards the area where they congregate, where they've been known to be coming into the forest, and then it looks like it goes another track that's going deeper into the forest. And then you look around a little bit more, and then you find actually the hobgoblin tracks where they were coming into the forest, just hobgoblins.
Well, I let the other guys know, and let them know that they're not. We need to be quiet now, because I don't. There may be some others close by. I definitely want to follow the ones that have the human and the elf tracks with them, because either one, they're traders, or two, although they look smaller, they could be people that have been kidnapped by these people, and I have a certain place in my heart for hobgoblins that do that kind of thing. So,
right.
So I'd like to, but I don't want to necessarily do it on the trail. I asked the other two, and I kind of have a feeling on what the answers are going to be, but I say, how quiet can you be here if we leave the trail and try to skirt through the tree line in the direction that they're going, and see if maybe if either come up directly behind them or cut them off if possible.
Well, I can try to be quiet.
Well, that's something, I suppose.
I love that answer. Well, I can try.
I'm sure I can be much more quiet than all the noise you've been making.
Fair enough. I just realized too on this overlay, I call you Two Toes instead of Three, so I have to fix that. But I don't know what happened to your three.
Where's
You're,
my toe?
you're running out of toes very,
They
very
fall off,
quickly.
what can I say?
Yeah, that's the reason he's called Three Toes. He was originally
It's the-
5 toes.
Born with 6.
Right?
All right. So is there a way we can sort of take the tree line around, sort of do our best to stay quiet and out of sight?
Well, let's put it this way: you can. You're going to have to track the tracks, so you'll have to stay
Right.
with them until you get some sort of confirmation of your prey.
Okay, got it.
Once you have your prey in sight, then you guys can figure out how you're going to diverge off and whatnot. I mean, because you can't track the tracks from off of the track.
I'm super good at tracking.
I'm sure you are, but this is nighttime and you're in the forest.
That's true.
I know it's your favorite terrain.
I love it. It's so great. It's my
It
favorite.
is. It is. So but
Desert?
basically,
Nuh-uh.
No, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Mountains? No way.
But we should probably stealth our way from here on out, I would imagine.
yes, and I would need stealth checks from all of you guys. Actually, at this point in time.
Normal. Oh yeah.
I sneeze quite a bit tonight. It's my cold, you see.
You know what?
I love the fact that you were talking trash.
Yeah. You jinxed yourself on that one.
If it wasn't for my cold, I'd be much more quiet, but it's constant sneezing.
Yeah.
Should have stayed in camp.
Oh, and Steven got a 24 too. I'm sorry, Wyndon. I got a name so that everybody knows who I'm talking about. All right, so Wyndon got a 24, 25. Okay, even though you failed with that nat, it's gonna kind of balance it out. So basically, you're hating yourself because you were talking trash at first. You're like, I got all this, and you like step on a thorn. You like goes through your shoe or something like that. So like you start limping or some kind of crap. But you're so stealthy. It doesn't really damn matter. You got it. So even with the one, I know sometimes I like to do bad stuff on ones, but we got a crit there, so it's all good. So nat 20.
Basically, our crits canceled out, and we just use Steve's roll. That's
Exactly. That's basically if it hadn't been for Steve, you guys have been screwed. So. Okay, so basically, at this point in time, you're following the tracks, and it's like I said, it's going closer towards this place where the essentially the last raid that got close enough happened of these hobgoblins coming in, and go ahead and everybody roll me a perception.
okay.
Oh, that's nice.
See, I'm still sneezing, still pretty sick, not really perceptive.
Michael and I are rolling opposites tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
At some point, that's going to switch. So-
Okay, so now basically, let me go ahead and I'm going to change something here. Do one thing. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, I've got 2 humans and a half.
I'm a half elf, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, it's very dark because of the woods.
Right.
And so basically, you guys for now, it's not really been a big deal because you've just been keeping on Silverwolf's heels. So you've been okay. So, but let's see here. I'll put that on. Okay, cool. So, but at this point in time, are you guys gonna just I guess what I'm asking is like, is Silverwolf just gonna like basically lead these guys? Are you gonna just lead them?
I mean, I can't see. I'm assuming we don't want to have light on us,
Yeah.
so that'll have to be it for
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I'll lead you through as best I can when we. I
Yeah.
mean, we'll use light when we need it. But
Yeah, I mean, I'm stumbling around blind here, so I'll have to pretty much use Silver Wolf as my guide.
but I also think that maybe as we get closer, if we once we see what's actually going on, it actually may benefit us if before I don't know if you have a torch or a lantern or something, before you light that up, let me go around to the sneak around to the opposite side. So if they see the light, I might be able to get
Sure.
a bit of an opportunity to strike them from behind.
Of course. I know. Yeah, I will definitely not light anything up without full conversation.
Okay, so
And I'll try not to walk you straight into a tree.
Right. Okay, so
Need to get you
And-
some reflective cat eyes in the back of your helm, and then we can.
some reflective stickers. that would
First
be
town
nice.
we stop at. That's what.
Okay. We're gonna just do it this way. Okay. So I think I've got it set up now. I'm going to. I've lost audio. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
I
you.
can hear you. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe it was just a split second sort of deal.
Yeah.
I'm
None of
going
us
to
were
drop-
talking. That might have been part of it.
Okay. I'm
Oh
dropping right
yeah,
now. You see that?
victory! Look at that.
Get to use that though. Okay. Because I think I've got it set up correctly. Go ahead and drop your tokens right there.
Where do you want us to put them? Just anywhere on the
Right.
light part.
Yeah, where it's lit.
Okay.
As close to that torch as possible. Okay. And I'm going to resize you guys because you guys are still huge. You're huge. And I have to put a grid on this, so hold on. Give me a second to do that right quick, too. Okay, bloom. Okay. Let's see, did that add the grid?
I see a very, very faint grid line.
Yeah.
I see it. I see it behind the map. Maybe.
Maybe that's what I wanted. No,
Is the map on the map layer and not the token layer?
I thought it was. Nope, it's on the token layer. That explains it.
I've done
All right,
that a
we're-
million times.
We're gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna go through this and change that out. So we're gonna just play that fast and loose as far as your movement. So essentially, we'll say the size of your token is 5 feet.
Okay.
And then we'll just kind of go that
That's fair.
loosey goosey. Oh, and we've got that too. That's great. Okay, cool. That works. Good job. Wyndon is on top of things. Thank you, sir. Okay. Yeah, did you see how he was measuring?
Yep.
The measuring worked. Okay, cool. All right. All right. So we're gonna try. I'm gonna try out a test here. I'm gonna get rid of this, and then we'll see if you guys can still see because of what I did for Silverwolf. Can you guys still see?
All we see are the check boxes now.
Yeah, I just see a gray grid.
Okay. Did I put it back on the? All right, screw it. This is what we're gonna do. Because I don't want to monkey around with that shit. I wonder why I went to a gray grid.
I think because maybe it's on the token layer, not the map layer. Because everything disappeared, including us.
Yeah, everything was gone.
Huh. That was the original layer it was on. Oh, let me try something. Okay.
What are you trying to do now?
Does that go back? Is everything okay now?
Yeah, it looks like it was before, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So basically, what we're gonna do is, you've got that torch, and that's
I wouldn't be
basically.
holding that torch.
It's not really a torch. It's just going to tell you what you can see and can't see, sort of deal. That's all.
Okay.
So, because I was going to do the, because you can set it up to where, because you can see on your token, and I set that up, and I don't know how that went. I don't know if that took or not. So, all right, let me go over here, get rid of this. Go in here. Here we go. There. Okay, so. Just let me set this up real quick. Fortunately, I didn't prior to. So go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. Have a good banter.
All right, so we're obviously going to encounter something soon. I can feel it.
I wonder why.
Instinct.
Yes, I've been sneezing quite a bit, so I suspect I'm allergic to everything in these woods.
Are you allergic to
Yeah,
hobgoblin by any chance?
I might be, yes. I think I am.
Okay, that would be.
I seem to sneeze in their presence.
So, I mean, there's some sort of course, we have to cross a river too.
Well, it's not really deep or anything like that, though.
Even so. I'm assuming that I would see if you guys had ranged weapons with you, right?
Yeah, I definitely have my crossbow with me.
And you know,
as well as my rapier.
Wyndon is a crossbow fucking fiend. He's
it's on his business card and everything.
Exactly. He can shoot the eye out of the eye. You know,
Wyndon Frostfeld, crossbow fucking fiend.
There you go. That's exactly how it is.
Email me at cff@hotmail.com.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we have some cover here.
Is this like a rock? Is that what that is, basically?
It looks like a big rock.
Okay. And this looks like a pit, maybe, or at least just.
Yeah, it's all or nothing. There's
Yeah. I imagine we could hear this river, but I probably can't see it very well.
Yeah, I tell you, there's a river, a little small stream there.
More than anything, it's a big stream. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, it must be nice to be able to see in the dark.
It's not bad, really. I don't know what it's like not to. So I think I maybe have taken this for granted the entire time.
Okay, so let's go back to what we were doing there. Sorry about that. Okay, so okay, yeah. So Silverwolf, you hear the voices.
Okay.
And it's that durka.
I can actually, by the way, I can speak Hobgoblin and Orc.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. So you
I've studied up on these motherfuckers.
These are Hobgoblin voices.
Okay.
So, and you hear it's faint. They're keeping their tone down. So, yeah.
So I tell them there's definitely hobgoblins around. I wish you guys could see what I could see.
Me too.
Yeah, right.
When they start screaming, that'll help.
So, how far away do they seem? Like past? I'm assuming they're past the stream, or are they above us?
They're past the stream. Let's see. You think they're roughly, if you were to make a guess, they're definitely over 50 feet away from you.
Fair enough. But I can't see them through all like the trees and whatnot.
Correct.
All right.
And basically, your elven vision.
Yes, not that far. I think it's like
Well,
60 feet altogether, but not that. But the last 30 feet are not that strong.
Right.
Is that how it works?
Well, basically, that torch.
Oh wait,
is
I
the-
can see dim light within 60 feet of me as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light.
There
So
you
I
go.
see it as if it were dim light.
Yeah, and that's what the torch is signifying. So where the torch has the light, when you move, that light's going to move. That's
I don't
your
think
vision.
that I don't see a difference. I don't think.
Okay, let's try move your character, then try and move the torch. See that?
Oh yeah, cool. All right, I see
Okay,
what you
so
mean.
just keep that with you, and then that's going to show you what you can see.
Oh, cool. All right,
And don't cheat, and just send it all the way across the map.
I'm gonna. Luckily, guys, I brought my magic torch. It has a movement of 180 feet. All right. They're about. I can tell they're about probably 50 feet or so ahead of us.
Yeah, definitely off. What's there?
We're gonna have to hold hands and work our way across the river because I don't want to necessarily just leave you guys here unless you think it's better to leave you here. And if shit goes down, I'll yell, light it up. You guys.
No, we should stick together.
Yeah, because otherwise then you're just lit up and they're not, so that's not that
Yeah.
helpful.
No.
Now
all
that
right.
stream's only about knee deep.
Well, I don't know that. I'll find it out momentarily. So I'm going to cross this. I tell them it's not that deep, so just follow the sound of my voice. Once we pass the stream, are these like hills or are they pits?
No,
Yeah.
this is those are trees.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. I'm going to lead them to this tree over here.
Okay.
Or possibly then to this tree over here.
Okay.
Um,
Everything's still good.
I'm kind of on the. I can't go any further this way, right? No.
Unfortunately, no. Telling you that you should probably go north at this time.
I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening to. I'm following the voices though. I know this. This is nothing surprising to me.
Now the voices are definitely getting closer. You're starting to pick words out, and basically there's some hobgoblins barking, and they're asking questions. It's basically, well, how many? Yeah, and the spellcaster. Somebody's getting interrogated,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's not interrogated like, tell me or I'm going to cut your throat out. It's like a conversation. But there's definitely lulls where the hobgoblins aren't talking, and whoever is talking with them, like there's a silence where somebody's talking back to them. You're not making out that voice. You can't pick it up.
Okay.
And then like the hobgoblin goes, well, what is that supposed to mean? Is he good or what? You know, and then there'll be, so you're only getting half of a conversation.
And I can't tell. I probably couldn't tell how many voices. More than 3 or 4.
There's definitely been 2
Okay.
distinct ones that you've heard.
Okay.
And then here, I want to just check something just on the, let's see what happens here. Yep. Okay. And then you definitely heard a growl.
All right. I think we found
Growl.
some of those demon dogs or whatever they were. There's definitely a couple of hobgoblins over here talking to each other. They're talking to somebody else. I can't make out who or what. I'm going to bring you to that next tree over there and see if we can see anything else, or if I can see anything else.
Okay, as soon as you get to right, you see what's happening there. Okay, so there's a couple of rolls that are going to need to be made. As you start to leave, now back up to that tree right behind you.
Over here.
You got it. Okay. The point where you're getting out from that
I'm hiding
underbrush.
behind Winded, apparently.
Right. As soon as you
know.
get to that point, you see them, obviously.
Mhm.
Okay. So there's going to be some rolls that are going to be happening here. So basically, first off, I just need to give some rolls for the hobgoblins. Oh yeah. Okay. And then we're going to roll for the two. These are really big wolves.
I like to feel that
Okay.
we're kindred spirits in a way.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, and I'm sure they'll think that.
As they're eating me.
Okay. So as you guys come up to this part of the foliage, and you start to put your face through, Silver Wolf, you see those hobgoblins,
Mhm.
right? Okay, and then this guy right here looks right back over here.
All right.
Looks straight down into that direction and goes, somebody's back there. Something's out there in the woods. And then the big dire wolf that's right next to him, and it's just like, staring straight at, and the hobgoblin then slaps the dire wolf on the back and he goes, go see what's down there.
All right. I say, okay, I think they spotted or heard us. Stay behind the trees. If just whenever if you feel like you need light it up. I said, but I'm going to. How far is it from one tree to the next? All right, about 15 feet, 20 feet.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to as quietly as I can. So I'm assuming another stealth roll.
Oh yes,
up to that
especially because
tree.
they're looking straight down there, so you're gonna have to bust it good. Yeah, that's not it, dude.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
So yeah. So anyway,
Go ahead and start to make your way out.
I'm gonna walk right about there where I suppose they spot
As soon as
me.
you get right there, that's when the hobgoblin and the direwolf, who's made it to about there, goes, I told her, there it is.
And I just say, anybody makes a move, I'll shoot you. and if anybody even twitches, I just let an arrow loose.
Okay.
At whoever, at who or whatever moves.
Okay, so this is where we're going to roll initiatives. So let's roll for my...
Let me put my hit points in here, because I'm assuming I'm going to lose some soon.
Okay, Hobgoblin's got a 12. Yeah. I can't kill you in a session 0, right?
I mean, I guess you could.
That's what we're hoping.
Yeah. I still have a couple of weeks to make a new character, I suppose.
Right? No doubt. Okay.
I'm glancing around for the outhouse.
Okay, so the Hobgoblins, they got their 12.
Check us out on twitch.com session 0.0 for that reference.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You guys can't go on there and see that. Okay, so we got the Hobgoblins and then there. Oof. Okay. Those bad boys got a 20. Oh, whatever. Getting it. Oh, I put in 22 because I saw Michael's roll and I was like, yeah, 22. Excellent. Good job. Okay. And let's see. All right. So, dun 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 dun. All right.
That's not good.
Oh no, that's not. No, that's the wolf. That's Silver Wolf that has the 22. Okay, the wolf is. you come out and you say that, the wolf's still coming straight at you.
Well, as I said, I'm going to take a shot at that wolf. Oh, man. I have a +7, too. I'm assuming a 10 misses the wolf.
Yeah, I totally missed, dude.
And then I'm going to sort of try to lure them away from there and continue back behind this tree, where I'm going to just drop my bow and then on my next turn take out my swords, because I'm assuming things are going to get a little up close and personal soon.
You are correct. Okay, the dire wolves, this one that you shot at, comes rushing in. Now, when you go in there, well, you're not a rogue type. You can't just up and
Nah, I can't.
You're not wood elf either, right? You're just half elf.
I'm just a half elf. Yeah, I'm just trying to get something between me and everything else at this point.
Okay. And so basically this wolf is actually coming down here to check out the the woods. So I'm going to roll on that here in a second. First, we're going to roll an attack for the dire wolf. He's going to try and bite you. Come in there. Arr!
Oh, that'll bite.
Yeah.
That'll hit.
Ouch.
That'll hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good time. Okay, so is that the? How could he get it? 2d6. Because of the crit.
Yeah,
Damn.
it's double. Yeah, so that's 16 points right off the bat.
Yeah, it did it all. I was just making sure that was the correct total, and it is. Ow. Damn, dude. Okay, sorry. Anyway. Hey, here comes the dire wolf, charging down here to where Wyndon's at. Now I'm gonna just make a roll here and see if. Yeah, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. Wolf has advantage on perception checks. Okay, so it does see you.
Yeah, I figured.
He's just facing the other direction. Where'd it go?
It gets about halfway down, it sees you, then it makes a beeline for you, and it's gonna try and bite you.
It will almost certainly do so. Oh wow, I got lucky. Cool.
Yep. Okay, cool. All right, so that's the dire wolves. Now it's Three Toes' turn, or who is tonight? Oh, you changed.
No, it's not this. Most of the overlays say 3 toes. There's just one that says 2 toes.
Okay.
All right.
He regenerated a toe.
So I will. See, that wolf has already done its thing, hasn't it?
Yes, sir. And yeah, so you won't get the assassin because it's done its stuff. But it you know what? I'm gonna make another roll. I want to see if it detected you too, because it saw my man and went straight for him. But let's just see. Yeah, it knows you're there too.
But I am right next to it. Though,
Yeah, so he still gets
Yeah.
sneak attack damage.
Yeah,
if
he
he
still gets
hits.
sneak attack
I
damage.
still get sneak attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just throw a dagger.
Okay.
My unlimited supply of daggers, bandolier.
And that is going to miss.
I
don't
haven't
really
I haven't thrown it yet.
Oh,
Or
that was
is
my
it-
wolf's. My
Yeah.
bad. No, go ahead and roll.
Is it or is it dark and I can't see? I guess.
You know what? It is dark. I'll let you still see it and you see the shape, but you're going to be at disadvantage on the attack roll. So you're going to be at you're at advantage. So it's going to be a straight roll.
Well, he wouldn't be at advantage, would he?
No, that's right.
I'm at.
Yeah.
Actually, I am at advantage because
I don't know how those
Because I
assassins
have-
work.
buddy next door.
Well, him being next to him just gives.
It actually gives me advantage.
As an assassin, you mean?
Well, he's already taken his action, so
Yeah. If he hadn't done anything, then that would have been different. Because you would have got the assassinate.
yeah, that's all right. I will just closing my
And
character sheet,
And
and
this is going to be the hard fast rule. If you're under the trees, so like we see where you guys are at, hiding in the trees. If you're in the foliage and under the foliage, you'll be at disadvantage. If you get out from under there, so like where the grass is, there's going to be enough of the moonlight coming through that you guys will be fine.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, nice.
get a crit with him.
There you
so-
Okay. And let's see. And then it does
An
the sneak
extra
attack.
D. Yeah, but it would only be the 4 though. It wouldn't be the 4 plus 2 on the crit. So it'd be
No.
the 5 plus 3 plus 4.
I think sneak attack is doubled on crits too, right?
It is.
It is dice.
Sneak
Yeah.
attack is doubled
Yep.
on crits. Yeah.
And that's not, your sneak attack isn't programmed in. So just go ahead and roll the.
I need to get over there and
No,
hit.
there's
Oh,
D4.
I thought that's what that was.
Oh, jeez.
And yeah.
One more for good luck.
Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8. You did 9 points of damage to this guy.
Should have been more than that. It was a crit, right?
Yeah.
Let's see.
8 plus 4 is 12.
Oh, so this
Plus
is
1 for sneak attack is 13.
So you got the 8
Okay.
for the piercing.
you
Are
need
the 4
to
and the
roll-
2 your sneak attack?
That 4 there, I don't know what that is. But we could. That's a.
This is the sneak attack damage. 1d6.
Right, but
Yeah.
he doubled his
Where-
dice for the.
That sneak attack, a sneak attack. I have no idea what it's rolling over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
On
that's
that 4 plus 2, I actually don't know what
I
that
think
is.
it's from the 15 on the other roll.
Gotcha.
But
No, if you
So
if you
but
hover
there's
over
my
it,
there's my crit roll there would be that 4.
which would still be a 4. Yeah.
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 So 5 is my normal hit plus my dex.
Yeah. So if
And
you
plus
guys
sneak attack plus the crit then is the 4 there because of the
Yeah.
the extra die roll.
if you hover over the 4 plus 2, it'll say rolling 1d6. So there's the sneak attack
Right.
damage,
I
and
don't
then
know
over
where, but there it shouldn't be adding the plus 2 to it. So
that's the second.
That's because of the
die.
crit.
That's the second
Because of the
die.
crit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
So
there's 6. The only thing it didn't do,
so you did 15 points then.
it's all this up here. It's this 5 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2. That's all correct. We didn't need the
Yeah.
extra rolls.
Yeah.
So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You did 14 points of damage altogether. That was correct all up there.
Yeah. Next time you throw it, it's not a crit. It'll probably.
Yeah. It did calculate, because if you go and hover over it, it'll show you the breakdown of
Yep.
it. So
oh,
it's-
I know.
yeah. So we're good. Okay. So all right. And did you have any other actions that you were going to take at that time?
Let's see here. I was going to just, I think, step back into kind of those brush there to kind of get some heavy cover. So I'll get as much cover as I can out of the brush trees that are around me.
Okay. Well, you can hide though too, right? As a bonus action, if you want to try and hide again from the wolf, you have the cover to do it.
I don't.
So if you want to give me a
I don't know that I can do that, can I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got
Yeah,
a cutting
hang on.
action.
cutting
So-
action as a
Oh,
as
is
a
that
thief.
part of
thief
cutting action?
Yeah,
You got
get a
it.
bonus
This
action.
is my first rogue here. So.
Not a problem. Yeah. So you can try and do that. So what you do is you're going to give me
I have bonus action on your turns to take the dash, disengage, or hide action. So yeah, I guess I can stealth again.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. Cool.
Couldn't do any worse than last time. So.
Right. Okay. So
Nowhere to go but up.
All right, Wyndon.
Does this tree look climbable at all?
Sure is.
Huh. He sighs a little bit, and how high up does it? I mean, I know it's dark, but like 10 feet, 20 feet, does it seem like this tree goes roughly?
We're going to say 17 feet tall.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to attempt that. I'm assuming that would be my action to try to climb up the tree.
Yep, and he's going to get an attack of opportunity when you do that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So is that athletics, acrobatics? What would you like for it?
Athletics.
Yeah, that's what I figured you would say.
Yeah.
Oh,
Excellent. That's what I like to see. You reach, you grab the branch, snap.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you really go nowhere.
I go nowhere.
Yeah.
So that was my action. Yeah. That is it for me. I could
take it
move,
that missed.
but that missed. Yes. Thank God.
Okay. And did you have a bonus action or anything?
I mean, nothing I'm gonna do right now. No.
All right.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so it's going to be the hobgoblins' turns, and so a couple of them come forward. They start brandishing their weapons, but these two stand back, and there was an elf that was there.
Yeah, I was going to ask if I could see what that was before everything went south.
It is definitely a shadowed elf of some sort. Okay. So, actually, the hobgoblins are not really doing anything yet. They're just letting these dire wolves tear you guys up. And
so far, it's working.
Yeah. All right. So now we're going back to Silverwolf.
All right. Well, I drop my bow, going to pull out my swords and attack this this dude here.
Okay.
So. Oh, man, missed with the first one. So I told you this was going to turn around pretty soon. That's the wrong thing. Ignore that.
That would have been good, though.
That would have been good, but instead I used the sword because I said and I missed. So.
Nice. So, you doing anything else?
No, nothing I can do. I'm just going to stay there because if I move, he's going to attack me anyway. So might as well just get one attack rather than two.
Gotcha. Okay. So let's see. And, hey, it's the direwolf's turns. Okay, so direwolf's one. Yeah, he's gonna try and bite you.
Oh, that hits. I have a 15 armor class.
Damn, you're gonna take 10 points there. You're
Oof.
hurt.
Yeah, I'm hurting pretty bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Oops.
All right. So now we're gonna go for the. He's gonna attack Wyndon there.
Sure. Yep. Yeah. That'll do it.
Catch him for 5.
Okay.
They're just loving you, Silverwolf. I think it's the wolf thing.
It's the wolf. Yeah. You think they'd go a little easier on me, the assholes?
No, because they totally are going. Yeah, wolf.
Cannibals.
They think you're a poser.
Yeah, you're a poser wolf. Okay. All right, 3 toes.
I'll step back out and shoot again, I guess.
Okay.
And actually, this time I'll be using my bow.
Okay.
So I have one, and it'd be smarter to use it. So I slip out of the shadow there, send an arrow your way, and slip back in without even waiting to see what happened.
Okay, that actually hit. So let's see here.
All right.
Okay, so 5 points of damage you do to him. Excellent.
He got sneak attack too, right? For the.
Yep, that's a 6. So actually, you did 11.
11,
right.
yep.
Okay,
I will
so
hide away again.
excellent. Okay. Dun dun dun. All right, Wyndon. So did you take the feat that allows you to shoot up close and not get disadvantage?
Not yet. it's on the plan, but it's not yet. So for the moment, I'm just gonna stab at the thing with my rapier.
Okay,
am I getting disadvantage?
Are you getting any? What? I'm sorry, you broke up a sec there.
I'm sorry, am I standing because it's dark even next to it, or can you hear me?
Nope, you were breaking up again. Third time's charm.
All right. So I was saying, is it because it's dark? Do I have disadvantage on trying to stab it?
You were still underneath. Oh, and I forgot to do that on your attack there, Three Toes, but that's okay. No, not because this guy's right in front of you.
Okay. All right. So rapier attack. Hopefully will show up at some point. I did click it.
It's just it seems to be a little bit delayed.
And my advantage,
There we go.
disadvantage,
Cool.
what was a wash. So.
Okay. So
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, 9. You got him. Okay, so 16.
Okay. And I can't outrun a freaking wolf.
Hold on.
Let's see.
He can't still be alive after all that. Yeah.
You could outrun this wolf.
Sweet. Okay. So in that case,
you stuck your rapier through its head.
I will.
Going to bite at you. And
I'm gonna back up behind the tree here.
okay.
Okay. That is it for me.
All right, the hobgoblins. Well, these guys saw him go down, so these two are gonna here. Let me measure that out right quick. Oh no, they're gonna. Okay, so they can basically get to there. Okay, so whoops. And you really don't know this because you can't see them. You can hear the durka.
Yep. Oh, I'm listening.
Getting closer, so that you do hear. Okay, so this hobgoblin actually just moves over to get a better vantage point of you getting mauled to death by the wolf.
Yeah, well, it's got a good view.
Okay, it is your turn, sir.
Well, I'm gonna cast fucking Cure Wounds on myself.
That's
for big 5.
all right.
So now, let me ask a question. I've never done this before, but so can I still use a bonus action for my second attack, or do I have to attack first in order to do that?
Technically, you use the bonus action for the second attack.
Because once you attack, right?
Once you attack, yeah. That's technically
That's what I
the way
thought.
it's going to be.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're asking if you can just use a bonus action as an attack, no.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. So that is about it for me then. I'm feeling somewhat better than I was before, but
Right.
I am then going to just brace for impact.
Okay. It's the Dark Wolf's turn. All right. There's only one left.
Finally.
It missed you.
Finally,
Yay.
yeah.
Okay.
He felt bad for
And
me.
that's it. All right. 3 toes.
All right, and these guys haven't taken in
Yeah, I'm going to roll like
any combat yet.
No.
Right.
I just want to do a quick observation on these guys, see if they see ya.
All right, and actually, I just move straight up.
Yeah, they have no clue.
Just jump right out at this guy here. I'm going to have advantage on him because he hasn't went yet, so I get assassinate. Yep. And I will make my attack up close and personal. With my dagger, of course. Bow is dropped at my feet. So with advantage, that's a 23.
That'll...
So for 10.
All right. That you jump out and whack, and it actually does a substantial amount. It's like you pretty much get it right between his neck and where his shoulder blades is, and like kind of down and through there, and it hurts him pretty bad. It's like he like leans to one side, and like it looks like the whole side of his body where you stabbed him like that is kind of like gone, kind of dead. but he's still standing, but barely.
Well, so I surprised him? You're saying
Oh yeah.
it's a crit then. If I surprise him, and when I assassinate, it's a crit.
Okay. So go ahead
I
and roll
get
the
another
extra.
D4.
Okay. That being said, that was actually a dagger that went through into his larynx, and he kind of just fell over dead.
All right.
Okay. And you gonna do anything on a?
And I will. I'll just slip away back into those trees there and try to hide away from the other one.
Okay. So what we're gonna do right quick? Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful. I really doubt he's gonna be able to catch you.
No.
He's even though he knows you there, he saw basically like this dark figure come out, stab his buddy, and then go back into the, and he's like, whoa.
Avenge my death.
Wyndon.
Okay.
He's gonna blame you.
Right.
Am I able to see this guy over here at all?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a disadvantage. Though.
Sure, of course, that's fine. All right, so disadvantage. I've drawn my crossbow.
Okay.
And here we go.
Okay.
Cool. That's not.
That's pretty good.
And I guess I'll just stay there. I can't hide, so.
Okay. All right. Hobgoblin's turns. This hobgoblin retreats. He goes back to where he was at. You guys definitely going on by these two hobgoblins and the elf up here. Okay. This hobgoblin still doesn't think he really needs to do anything, but when this guy comes back going, rah, 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 durka, durka, they're killing me, he comes over here. Okay. All right. So that's it. That the hobgoblins really aren't doing anything else yet. Okay. And all right. There you go, Silverwolf. What are you doing?
Okay, needless to say, I am going to cast Cure Wounds on myself a second time.
Excellent.
There we go, 8.
That's better.
That means
Yeah.
I will survive another attack. Oops.
We'll find out.
Hit the wrong thing. I gave myself more points than I should have. And then I again brace for impact.
Okay. Let's see what the direwolf will do to you. Of course, he's trying to bite you. See what happens.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Yeah, no, he hits me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good thing that you healed yourself.
Yeah. Another 10? Is that what it is?
Yeah. And no, another 11 he got you for.
Oh, 11?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Man, if you guys only had Raleigh. That's all. I'm just going to say that now. All right, Three Toes.
All right. Well, let's see. Do I see anything up there, or is it all just dark shadows nonsense? I mean, I can hear the fighting, I would suppose.
Yeah, basically, if you get up to the outskirt of where these this heavy foliage is around the tree and whatnot, and the shadows there, you can definitely still see these guys over here. They're dark shapes, but they're in the moonlight, so you're not going to be at disadvantage.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll go up as far as I have to.
Yeah, right there. It's good.
Do that and throw a dagger at him.
Okay, that's within range.
Which one are you throwing it at?
One of them's already
the one of them that looks injured, whichever
Yeah.
one that ended up being.
the one on the left.
All right.
That does not hit.
Go ahead.
It goes flipping through the air, and these guys are in pretty good armor. They're in like a heavy mail, a splint. They're all carrying shields, wearing helms. These guys are not lightly armored punks. So he basically, the dagger comes flipping through the air at him, and he's able to deflect it off to the side with his shield easily. Okay. Do you have anything else?
just gonna slip back into the trees where I was and disappear again.
Okay, give me that. You got to be kidding me, dude. All right. Let's just see what these guys can see. See if.
Huh.
Yeah, that guy definitely. They both don't see anything. This is just like before when you guys were at the manor house.
Yeah.
Remember that?
They're looking right at him, and he just disappears.
Yeah.
Just
All
my
right.
way. I got over my sneezing. So.
Right.
Yeah, I got over my
Okay.
good rolls.
We did.
Okay, I'm gonna. That's all my movement. I've got a beat on the hobgoblins. Can I see this wolf at all, or is he too hidden in the trees?
Just give me a quick perception.
Okay.
Oof,
Yeah.
yeah.
You don't just see the wolf; you see the bleeding and get just
Yeah.
mangled silver wolf over there too.
I narrow my eyes and I shoot my crossbow at the wolf.
Okay, because of that perception roll, you advantage,
Sweet.
which wouldn't matter. You've got a 16 on anyway. So, okay, you hit it for 11. Nice.
And then I can't do anything else, so that's me.
Okay. Hobgoblins. All right. These two guys are like, oh, you came out and they see you.
Sure.
So they rush forward.
Yep.
Okay, so Hobgoblin 1. And, geez, this says longbow. It's a long, just so you know.
Okay.
I don't know why they don't have that on there anymore. When I first brought them out, they had the both the weapons, so I'm obviously going to have to do that. Okay, so
Okay, that'll miss.
and okay, so it's and the second one.
That will hit. Okay.
So let me see though. Hold on, the damage is going to be 1d8. Make sure what that damage was. 1d8. Okay, that is correct. Okay.
14.
So it just did. No,
Wow.
it's just 9. Just 9
Oh,
points.
just 9. Oh, okay.
Just 9 points. Oh, you know what? That is right. I'm sorry.
So that does piercing and slashing?
Well, what it is once per turn, the hobgoblin can deal an extra 2d6 damage to a creature it hits with a weapon attack if that
Got it.
creature is within 5 foot of an ally of the
Ally.
hobgoblin that isn't
Okay.
incapacitated. So
Got it.
it's basically just like sneak attack. So
Yep. Cool.
these guys are, and I know it doesn't show, but they're right next to each other. So
Okay. That's fair.
that's what happened there. Okay, so one guy missed and one guy tore you up. Okay.
Yep.
All right. These two hobgoblins, they've still been arguing and whatnot. This guy steps forward and then go ahead and give me just quick perception rolls, all three of you.
Wow. 2 in a row.
Yeah, I got my own shit going on here.
Right? Okay. Technically, because it's dark and whatnot,
At disadvantage, yeah.
you but because they're kind of moonlight a little bit, you definitely see the elf slink away.
Great.
Okay. All right. So have gone. All right. Silver Wolf.
All right, do I attack or do I use my last healing spell?
Attack.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, because I'm sure these other guys can help heal you if you go down.
Yeah, I don't know about that. All right, yeah. You know what? Fuck this wolf.
You guys have been adventuring a little bit.
Yeah, I'm
Everybody
gonna.
just roll 1d20. No
At
adds.
some point, I have to hit something. So
That's true.
before I die, sword number 1, 15 hit.
Yeah, it does.
All right, so that's only 4. Ignore the 8, unless I hit him again the second time. 18.
There
There
it
you go.
does.
So it's 11 points altogether.
Okay, why is the Colossus only on the one hit?
Because he has to be. Oh wait, he was hurt before, right?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Oh, then
So
fuck
it'd be
yeah.
on the first
So yeah, so it's 10, 19 then.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Ooh. Yeah, that really hurt it actually.
Oh, he's still fucking alive.
Yes, he is. He didn't go down though.
Oh no. All right. Well, I might.
Okay, just on the just for flavor text here. Everybody just roll me a straight D20. Okay. All right, Wyndon, you have a healing potion. You other guys, you do not. It's just giving you a chance. Get you been around a little bit. Maybe have a little something in your backpack. There you go.
Cool.
Okay, so that being done, all right.
Now I just
Dire
noticed.
Tech.
I just noticed on the turn order it says dire wilf.
Yeah, I
Oh,
noticed
Is
that.
that like the MILF of the wolf world? Is that?
You guys do notice that they're all females.
This is what's been distracting me the whole time. No wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in heat.
All right, here we go.
All right, yeah, the game's already going into bestiality. That's always a good thing. All right, so,
Oh, that miss.
missed.
I saw
Okay.
I saw the 20, but that was on the.
Yeah, you're correct. All right,
All right,
Toes.
I survive.
All right. Well, I'll slip out of here up to this guy here.
Mhm.
And dagger in each hand. So here's my melee. And that one will miss. So I will try
Yes.
again with my offhand.
That
And I'm
succeeds.
guessing that'll hit with the offhand.
Yes.
So,
That's 11 points you do.
so then I'm going to.
Dead.
Can I do anything more?
Well, you could do. You could move, maybe go help Silverwolf, or you could do. You're really good at that, just like coming out, killing some guy, and then going and hiding again.
And wandering off.
Yeah. Let's see. I was trying to remember. I have to get this guy figured out. So yeah, I'm just gonna disengage and head off this way.
Actually, don't need to disengage even because
Oh,
there's nobody
he's gone.
close enough.
I'll be
Yeah,
right
you
back.
He's
killed him.
gone.
Yeah, you
I was
killed
busy
him, dude.
looking at my character sheet and didn't even see that. So I'll just
Yeah,
head up
you-
over here somewhere and then hide again.
Yeah, you came out, opened up his throat, it was just like all one smooth motion, just come out and then you just kept running over back behind Silver. Okay.
And then just try to fade away again.
All right, am going to. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Give this bad boy. He does have advantage on this. Actually, doesn't know you're there. Surprise, surprise. He seems to be really concerned about the fact that he got stabbed pretty good by Silverwolf this last time there. Okay, Wyndon.
All right, so first I'm going to try to stab this thing with the rapier that I've got.
All right. Yeah.
Sweet.
He's dead.
And then
You basically, again, you guys are really good about the throats because it's kind of not very well armored, and you just kind of like stick it in the front of his throat, and it goes out the back, and one nice little clean.
I'm going to use a bonus action to do my second wind.
Okay.
D10 plus 3. Oh, okay, get back 8 hit points.
Excellent.
And then I will move up closer to where Silverwolf is.
Okay. Go ahead.
Over here. Okay.
All right.
That's it.
Cool. All right. It is the Hobgoblin's turn, and these two guys are completely unfazed. Let's see. Who are they going to go after? 1 and 2, it's going to be you, Wyndon. 3 and 4, it's going to be. Actually, you know what? Be 1-on-1. I know it doesn't help with their tactics, but They're going to come and do that. So this one's coming at you, Silver Wolf.
Okay. Oh, thank goodness it misses.
Okay. And now this one's going to be at you, Wyndon.
Hell yeah, that'll hit. Oh my god.
only-
Jesus
no, it's
Christ.
It's only 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would. Wow.
All right.
More hobgoblins around, they can really jack you up. But because they split to 1 apiece, didn't happen. Okay. All right. So hobgoblins have gone. Silver Wolf.
Fuck. You know what? I'm just mad at everything. This has been a rough go. I'm going to attack this wolf.
You need to put him down.
Yeah, I do need to put him down.
She's feral.
So that's, I'm assuming a 21 hits for 9 points. Is it still up?
You cleave it real good into the top of its skull.
Yes, I'm just so mad. I just take it. I don't even cleave it. I just go straight in through the mouth, out the back of the head.
There you go. All right.
Pull it out, turn, and I got to swing my other sword at this guy since he's now standing next to me.
Yes. Good.
A 24 hit.
Yeah, it does.
He hasn't been hit yet, so it's only 2 points of damage, but just enough. I just come around the other side with the left hand, slice down in his arm a little bit, and I don't look happy.
Yeah, he's able to deflect most of the blow, but he deflects it into himself. So.
And then I just glare at him, maybe growl a little bit.
All right. Well, the dire wolves are gone. Okay. All right, 3 toes.
All right, I run up this side here, make an attack as I run by.
As I run by.
19
That hits
for the 8, and then I'll attack with my offhand. The other dagger.
and he's dead.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I just kind of disappear again, or try to. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
God.
gotta say, at the beginning of this journey, I wasn't sure about 3 toes, but I like them much better now that
All right, Wyndon.
Yep. Stab at the guy in front of me.
Okay. That hits.
That's about it. That's for me.
Okay. And it's the hobgoblin's turn. This guy does it, death before dishonor. That's the hobgoblin way. So he's still attacking you, Wyndon. So here it comes.
Sure.
Oh,
Well, that's not great.
Yeah. So
yeah, that'll
he's
take me out.
Actually,
You guys
no.
have healing potions.
He's not doing all that. He's just doing the 6 plus the 2. So you're only taking.
it's still.
Well,
wait.
he's doing the 6 and the
That's
11, right? Or, I mean, I'll take the 6 and the 2. Oh, you're right. Yeah, because that's both piercing.
You'd be doing
okay.
the 6 and the 2.
Okay.
The 11 and the 6 would be if you hit a.
Right. Thank you.
But would he get another? I'm not going to say anything. 6 and 2. Yep.
Double check something here. Damage. Interesting. I'm going to have to double check that. It says range attack on here, but it has one target hit. Slashing damage. That don't make no sense. It's like the guy.
I like how it's 1d8 plus 1 plus 0.
Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of like. So obviously something's wrong in the mechanics there.
Right.
So we're just going to say that you take the 6, 7, 8. Yeah, plus 0, plus 0. That'll make us. We're going to round it and just say it's 10. How about that?
Sure. I'll take another couple points off. All right.
I mean, the crit doing only 8. Come on, I get it. So, all right. All right, 3. No, that's not 3 twos. I'm sorry. Silver Wolf.
All right, I'm going to run over here and I just have both swords in my hand, and I'm just going one and then the other.
All right.
First one, 20, and he's been hit, right?
Yes, he has.
All right, so that's 11 points of damage right off the bat.
He's dead.
I'm still going to attack him with the other one.
And,
And I miss because
down.
I just swing over him as his body falls down to the ground.
Exactly.
I do with that one, since he's the only one that I killed, I put my swords away, take out my dagger, hold it hilt down, and smash it right in his mouth, and just pull out a tooth and stick it in a pouch.
Okay.
I go,
yeah.
That's gruesome and all, but maybe we should look for money or other goods on them.
I collect my thrown daggers and my longbow and so forth.
Okay. You definitely notice that this is kind of a more brutal side to Silverwolf than you guys are used to. Not completely off-putting. I mean, Three Toes still thinks he's a wuss, but I mean, in general.
Just because I can't hit anybody doesn't mean I'm a wuss.
Well,
He does
I'm
have
just
an
saying,
interesting collection of trophies.
Yeah.
Good. Now, basically, the hobgoblins are all outfitted with. They got long swords, shields, longbows. They're all wearing like a split mail, or like heavy. Is it the chain mail? It's chain shirt and then chain mail, correct?
Yeah.
And chain mail's the heavy.
Right.
So,
Yeah, they're either wearing chainmail and with the shields or that splint mail.
Yeah, I think chainmail's heavier than splint. Because I could use splint, but I can't use chain.
Okay. So, and then if you guys go ahead and search their bodies, go ahead and give me 5d6, and then 5d4, and then 5d10.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm just looking. I'll just take, if they have any arrows, I'll take some arrows.
Yeah, there's plenty of arrows.
Yeah, I also collect arrows.
There is a tube. Okay, so that was the D6s, right?
Yep.
Okay, so that's 16 silver.
Okay. You said D10?
Yep, that's
Okay.
34 copper.
Okay, and then what was the last one? 4?
5 D4s.
5d4, okay.
Yeah. Wow, you did really good there. 14 gold.
Cool.
So, you do come across, there is a scroll case with some paper in it.
Yeah, definitely want that.
Okay.
Am I able to read it, or do I have to pass it to Silverwolf to read it?
Do you read Dwarven?
I do, actually. It's the
And
only
I
other
do
language
not,
There you
so
go.
don't pass it to me.
Dwarven's the only other language I know. So.
I kind of lean
so-
over your shoulder and help you read it there while I inspect to see if you have any loose coin in your pocket.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me a perception roll.
Not cool, man.
He said loose. He said loose. Okay, yeah. So basically, because you were kind of in a hurry, obviously you weren't sharing, it seemed, and you're just kind of like stuffing it in there real quick. So Three Toes comes over, and Three Toes always gives off kind of a creep vibe.
Oh, yeah.
So like
yeah.
you're kind of more creeped that he's close to you. You're not really noticing his hands at that point in time, because he's kind of like at the. I imagine him sort of like and let me see what it says.
Yep.
Okay, so you are going to get. Let's see, for the hell of it, we'll do the same. So we're gonna do. Get rid of this. Okay. You got 3 silver off of it. 1 gold. 6 copper.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
as they're looking through bodies, I'm going to go back over here where I saw that elf and just sort of search around, see if I could tell where he went.
Go ahead and give me a survival check tracking.
21.
And it's my favorite territory, so I am. Yes.
Do I get that? Do I get a? I mean, I don't really need it, I don't think, but do I get a bonus for my favorite terrain too? On that, I don't know how that.
All your wisdom feats and survival's a wisdom, correct?
Yeah.
Double check.
Okay, let me grab my book.
Yeah, Ranger. I haven't ever played
Okay.
a Ranger.
So while you're looking that up, basically you're going through the papers, and it appears now the handwriting is very elegant handwriting,
Okay.
and it seems to be talking about locations of people within the tank. And in these notes, it talks about where your group of 25 are located at.
Ooh, boy. And there's no indication of who actually wrote this, though.
No,
Yep.
but you can sort of tell whoever was writing this. Dwarven writing it's very forceful. You know, it's like they press too hard on the paper, sort of jazz. You know what I mean? And whoever was writing this, it's very fluid, very elegant, even though they're writing in Dwarven script.
Okay. All right. I will keep that in my pocket, and I'll let everyone know that, well, let Silver Wolf and Three Toes know there's something afoot here. I don't know what it is yet, but it's not good.
Very true.
Yeah, just to, as a point of order here, for my natural explorer ability, I just have difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Your group can't become lost except by magical means. Even when you're engaged in another activity while traveling, such as foraging, navigating, or tracking, you remain alert to danger. If you are traveling alone, you can move stealthily at a normal pace. When you forage, you find twice as much food as you normally would. While tracking other creatures, you also learn their exact number, their sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
Okay,
So that's
so
all.
you learned it's one. It's an elf, and it passed just a little bit ago.
Which is stuff that I already learned, but I could tell the direction that he went, though, right? Because I totally.
Yeah, you totally picked up on the tracks.
Okay, I said, well, this elf obviously was not a kidnap victim.
No.
He's part of this whole deal, and he went out somewhere in this direction.
Yep, sure did.
Should we head back to camp, or should we look for this elf?
I mean, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself before making this decision.
I have to ask, Three Toes didn't get hit at all, did he?
No.
That's what I thought.
Another
That's what I
8.
thought.
Yeah, I took a crap load of damage.
Yeah, you did. You took
Even with 3 Cure Wounds, I'm only at 13.
Wyndon took a bunch too.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
I took 16 right off the bat.
Yep.
I took 16, 26, 37. It might have just been 37, but that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Hey,
I started off with 29. Thank goodness for Cure Wounds.
I make it appear like I got hit kind of a little bit too, a little bit beat up, you know, and kind of like you're looking for the sympathy angle. But no, I don't need any of your healing. You guys use the healing. I'll be fine. Yeah.
I have a question for you. What's your ruling on drinking potions? Is it a full action or bonus action?
I use it as a bonus action, provided you're just doing it for yourself.
Perfect.
If you're gonna do it for somebody else, that's a full action.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah. So, all right. Amazingly, Three Toes, it seems that neither Silver Wolf or Wyndon give a rat's
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you kind of like limp a little bit over, and they're not even paying attention to you at this point.
Don't notice.
Especially as it, I do believe Three Toes took out just about everybody, and you guys took out like what, one apiece?
I took out Yeah,
You took out a
I took
dog.
out two. I took out one dire wolf and then one, both of which were hit by somebody else, probably
Right.
Three Toes at
Okay.
some point.
Let me
And
just
one
double check.
hobgoblin and one wolf, yeah.
Yes. And then
I also missed like 6 times, so I don't know if there's
in
a...
Wyndon, you took out 1 or 2. You took out 1, right?
I lost count. I did a lot of hits, but I think I only took out maybe 1 or 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's put it this way, Three Toes. You can definitely feel the smiling approval. Is very happy with your output today. Okay. So what are you guys doing at that point?
I don't know. Do you think we need to
Well,
go
I
back
can't
now,
track
or...
anything. It's kind of up to you because we literally can't. At least I can't navigate the woods.
I mean,
So,
maybe we want to just go check this out, see what's up. I mean, so what did the scroll say? I was tracking while you were reading that.
Sure. Basically it had a bunch of information on it, including our group,
Oh,
our
wow.
particular campman as well. So this person is trading information. I want to find this person, but if it's possible or a good idea, then we can go back to camp.
I think we need to at least try to see if we can find out where he went. I don't want to lose the tracks. So I mean, we may, depending on what we find, we may want to just make a note of where he is. I mean, I'll be able to get us back there if it's a camp or something. But I agree with you. I'm not happy that there's an elf working with these hobgoblins and they're keeping track of our group. I mean, forgetting about everything else there, I don't want to put those kids in any more danger than they already are.
Sure. All right. Well, you lead the way.
All right, I'm gonna start. Got too many screens open. I'm hitting the wrong things here, but I'm gonna start moving in the direction and through these woods quietly. Should we try to make another stealth check so we see what happens?
Okay.
Oh man,
Excellent.
Not good for me.
Okay. So basically, the other guys are pulling up the rear for you there. And you're following the tracks. The tracks come and they lead over to the stream.
Oh, back down there?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Is he going toward our camp? Where's my torch?
Where is your torch? There's your torch.
There it is.
Yeah.
Hold
Yep.
on.
It led to the stream.
Like over in this area over here?
Okay. Go ahead and give me another survival tracking roll.
My token got lost in the fog of war there, but
sorry.
I got you.
There you are.
Hey.
All right. Not terrible.
Actually, that's really good. And leading out of the stream.
So he went where? Down?
Maybe.
All right. So I'm just going to try to cross the stream over to this side over here.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I say. When you come in, you come into the water. You go over to the other side, and there's no exit over here anywhere in the general vicinity. You go back into the water. You go and you check over here real quick. Basically, he went into the water and was
to lose his tracks. Yeah,
you got it.
But he never
Already have a
reappeared.
boat?
He didn't reappear anywhere else around here?
Not in this general vicinity, no.
is there any signs of a boat or anything from where he went into the water?
Yeah, like if you dragged a boat from the shore somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Now, keep in mind this stream is only about knee deep.
I mean, you could put
a
a raft or a
yeah.
canoe on that.
Yeah, you sure could.
He huckleberry fit his way out of here.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Go ahead. Did you give me the perception roll, Michael?
Oh, you want me to? All right.
Yeah, just to see if you notice. I mean, because you don't see anything.
That's pretty
Okay, that's a really good roll, and you can definitely tell that there was no sort of like in the general area. You check around for where you guys followed his tracks in to like over here where the bushes are and the tree and whatnot. You're not seeing anything like that. So if you know. You're fairly confident there was no kind of canoe or any kind of boat that he took.
So either he went back, and there's nothing, and I don't see anything else on either bank here or.
No. I'm using that one roll for the entire search around.
Okay. And this, I mean, he either went continuously down the stream.
Or it's an elf. He could use magic. Who knows?
Yeah,
Could be a druid and wild shaped into a fish. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
that's true. I mean, I'm concerned about a couple of things. Either he went back to where the main group of this hobgoblin camp was. Although I don't know why they were just out here in the woods with just a few of them to begin with.
The main hobgoblin camps are actually outside of the Tangles itself, so they're quite a ways away from where you guys are at.
Okay.
Because
it seemed like
this. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it seemed like some sort of secret parlay or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because basically, now this is the area. Remember that the last incursion had happened at, but you guys are pretty far into the Tangles, so they have to make headway in towards you and leave their camp behind to do that. So they come in raiding, and they usually also come in much bigger, much larger numbers than what you guys just encountered.
Yeah. So I mean,
We're not.
So then my main concern then is that but I don't know why he would do this himself. Either he hightailed it out of here and is hiding somewhere, or he went back to our camp, which they were.
It would make no sense to go to our camp unless it was just a traitor amongst the camp.
And we didn't recognize the self, or I guess nobody would have had a chance besides
We
me.
couldn't have seen him.
Yeah, it was.
But he was-
Yeah. You guys were the only thing, and that's the thing. Elves are kind of androgynous in that way, so it could have been a guy, could have been a girl.
Right. It was hard to tell.
Yeah,
Are there
you
any-
didn't get a clear enough shot to be able to tell that.
Are there elves in our camp though? Like, are there elves who
There
are
are half elves in your camp.
half elves?
Yes, and that's
But
the
not
thing
any.
about. Yeah, that's the thing about the Tangles. The elves, for one, there's not a lot of elves in the Bandit Kingdoms, and those that are in the Bandit Kingdoms, not down here.
Right.
For some reason, elves don't hang out in the Tangles, which is odd, because this is a highly magic.
Well, I suggest that we head back to our camp and alert those that are
Yes.
there to that this has been going on, and we should perhaps consider extra guard and
Yeah.
being
Yeah, if
on
we-
extra high alert.
If we can't find this elf, then yes, we should probably head back to camp.
Yep.
All right, excellent. Well, and you guys make it back to camp. Tell Orthalos what you encountered out there. He is about that, but then they get some extra guys up into the rotation, and actually they start packing up in case they have to leave. So everybody, it's not like they're packing up the little shanty town that they got supplies and different things. So if they have to jet out real quick, they've got stuff that they need to take. So, and that actually will be where we'll just go ahead and we'll end it for the evening. So
Cool.
Cool.
just a little taste, a little something else, for little backstory things that what was going on leads up to the train that goes to Ernst later on. So you guys got to meet Steve. Yay!
Yeah. Nice to meet you all.
Steve.
Yep. and hopefully on the 15th, contact him, touch base, and make sure everything's okay. I know he was a little bit. He was the one who had asked about.
Yeah,
it,
he
right?
wanted to do it. He's the one who said we should.
So I hope hopefully it's just everything's cool. It's just miscommunication and so forth. So,
Okay.
but yeah, that's it. And then we'll have another. We'll just go ahead and we'll pick up on this. We'll
Okay.
continue this one out on the 15th.
Cool.
That'll be our session 0.3, and then the 22nd will be the actual start, because then we'll have Norjor back, Phil. So, and then that kind of works into because I can NPC a little bit of Norjor, and this actually plays into you guys get to meet him, so that works out.
Okay.
So,
All right.
all
Cool.
right.
Sweet.
All
Thank
right.
you, gentlemen. I appreciate you coming. I had fun.
Same
Definitely.
here.
Yeah, and then welcome aboard, Steve. Of course, very much so.
Thank you.
And thanks
Yeah,
for
thank
everyone
you.
who watched.
Yes, thank you everybody who watched, and anybody who will watch in the future. I know we're not really advertising this right now, so if you come across this is just us getting ready for actually entertaining you without bugs.
It took us some time, but I think once we got going, I think it was all right.
Yeah, I think we're good there. So, but yeah, and so we'll be there'll be another session 0 on the 15th of May, and then our 22nd will be our actual going live and whatnot. So we should have, I think at that time we'll have chat up, because I don't think we have that going as of yet. I don't know if that's just a straight through Twitch thing or not, but I'll double check it and see
Okay.
what's up. Because I know you can do some chatting through Twitch, but I don't know if get into it. So, all right, guys.
All right.
So that's
Cool.
it.
Good
All right,
night.
thank you very much. Have
All
a
right,
good night.
good night.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.
You gonna put up the thank you for watching? Okay. Yeah, and it's like, you know what? I have to go through and I have to I'm gonna uninstall it and reinstall it. Be- Right. Right. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. No, I got you. And I think if we give ourselves enough time prior to start to get it, all set up. You know what I mean? So, here's a little quick